Welcome to Wild About Trial. Today we are discussing the James Holmes case. This is the Colorado Theater Massacre. A very interesting legal issue has arisen. Apparently the defense is trying to subpoena a reporter to find out her source. Joining us today, legal expert Robert Sheahen and our own legal writer Kelly Gerner. Mr. Sheahen, this is a very interesting subpoena that has been issued. This is a Fox News reporter who had this notebook, had information about this therapist's notebook, and the defense wants to know who gave her the information. Are they going to get it?
There's not a snowball's chance in hell Fox will give up this information.
Why not?
There's something in the United States called the First Amendment. Fox is protected by it. They do not have to give up their sources. They're going to tell the Colorado courts that they will not comply under any circumstances. If the courts insist on it, it's going to become a sideshow and an absolute circus. This is called fundamental privilege not to give up this information.
Even though they're subpoenaing it?
It doesn't make any difference. First of all, if the source of this is the gag order, it just shows that courts shouldn't be issuing gag orders. Now they're saying, well, this is a violation of the gag order. We want to violate the First Amendment even more. I don't think so.
So it's not coming in?
No, but I will say this, that the worst that can happen if the Colorado courts insist on this is they can hold that reporter in contempt, and that reporter can do jail time, because that has happened. Now, and it's outrageous.
Right, we've seen that before. Can you tell our viewers some examples of how and when that's happened? Because I'm thinking McDougal.
Yeah, and Bill Farr years ago, Los Angeles Times, Chris Van Ness years ago. A lot of cases involve this, where they go after the reporters. You have to remember, the reporter is doing his or her job to hold the reporter in contempt for what really is the failings of the criminal justice system. It's outrageous.
Yeah, why is it the failings of the criminal justice system?
The failings of, first of all, they never should have issued the gag order. Secondly, if information gets out to the press, that's what is supposed to happen. The courts aren't supposed to keep information from the press. The Sixth Amendment says speedy and public trial. That's what this country is about. It's about the First Amendment, free press, Sixth Amendment, public trial. This is good for the country. The idea of bringing reporters in some sort of star chamber proceeding and threatening them with jail is just insulting to every American. It really is.
And at the end of the day, Kelly Gerner, how does this at all affect the case?
That's the most interesting point of all, Alison, is it really doesn't. The person who leaked the notebook to this Fox News reporter is irrelevant to the defense's case. But what I think the defense is doing here is, because the case is so high profile, because the stakes are so high, and because they're under the microscope, is they're fighting every single battle in the war. They're not letting anything slide.
Right, but if he has pled not guilty by reason of insanity, how does whether or not who gave them the information about the therapist's notebook make any difference at all?
It doesn't make a lot of difference for the case, Alison, but the defense just can't let anything go when all of their actions are being scrutinized.
Is Mr. Holmes facing the death penalty?
Absolutely.
Is the prosecution seeking the death penalty in this case?
They're definitely going to.
But they have not yet?
Not yet, but believe me, this will be a death penalty case.
Stay tuned. Catch all your latest news on the James Holmes case on Wild About Trial. In addition, go to our app, go to our website, look at the actual court documentation regarding the subpoena.